live. If you don't see that already through the description, it's the fact in which we make use of this day. An example to do that or to uplift some form of your life in some form of way. It may always be towards advancing the most moral and ethical professional versions of yourselves. And believe it or not, that is more possible now than ever. It's the concept of speaking your truth through the way in which you live it. And for the fact that you have access to a digital tree of knowledge, it's only fair that you give yourself a chance to advance within this lifetime for the available technology to you, where you can constructively purpose it to live more life on your own terms, if it could be of a thing. As I share with my students, the best way for us to pay homage to our lineage is through breaking chains of generational pain. While I cannot guarantee this live video will go on for 20 minutes, just know that I intend to make it worth your time as much as possible. For the fact, I also know that humans are struggling with a thing that's called passive scrolling. That's from the degree in which they have access to internet and smart technology. It's so easy to deceive ourselves, for our attention spans are very precious. You may or may not have heard about flow states. Flow states are essential, however, they require focus. It's so easy to dismiss focus when we are in dire need of patience. And we see that through what progress is being made throughout our life. And the only way incremental progress can be made is with having some patience. It is a virtue for a reason, and it's not just something for nothing. Similar to the symbolism in which you receive to the context of a word. An example of this is if you go to a dictionary and you look up a word, somehow there's more words to describe that word, to dismiss the value between the vertical and horizontal lines. Similar to a video which I shared called the laptop concept, it's the unspoken gifts in which we have, where if we don't know what's available to us, it's so easy not to think of a reason to improve whatever that area we may need to make progress in. That's why patience is so important. Because through patience, there is grace that you provide yourself, where the future version of yourself has a chance to experience reception. It is reception where you start to realize what are you doing setting you up for success. Let's say in the student situation, what are they doing in school to set themselves up for success by graduation? And then what are they doing out of school to set themselves up for success by graduation? So by the time they graduate high school, they have the best possible chance of embracing adulthood with a fair, moral, professional, and to some degree educational perspective of how they would like to embrace that. And it's so easy for us to dismiss that when we don't acknowledge the value of a circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm can often be seen through our habits, the patterns. Whatever people, as I said before, with the symbolism attached with that word is the context of how do they further apply that to themselves. So another video that I recently put out discussing the Common App writing prompts that are not only great for high school students, but great for humanity across the board. Because it's the concept that we are all human beings, whether you are man or woman. It's the fact in which you are of the human species. And the best way for us to pay homage to our lineage is through making use of the available technology and life itself in this era. As the World Economic Forum mentioned in December 2024, we are in an intelligent era. Previously, we were in a digital era, but the fact is that digital era has evolved, such as evolution itself. We know of times when previous generations had to sacrifice to some degree in order for us to have some form of life now. So in respect to our ancestry, it's how are we making use of the available technology today? I'd be lying if I said I never passive scrolled. But it's the fact in which, because I acknowledge that, at least I can bring it more to my attention, aka the attention span, and how that attention span will further permit us to focus on what it is we're trying to accomplish in life. So this may seem like a rant, just know that it's not. If I had a marker board next to me, I would be providing some form of diagram, as I have in some of my other videos, which I encourage you to go check out when you have some time. So I'm not going to keep this going on forever, but just know I look forward to future live videos with you guys. And I look forward for all the good that can additionally come, not only for my life as I see it today, witness it, embrace it, and share that appreciation with you guys. Because if it, like I said at the start, if it wasn't for my subscribers, there's no way I would be able to provide this live mobile point of view in which before, just like in the previous video where I was live and I was doing fireworks, I tried to provide that moment to my subscribers over a year ago. And what's fascinating is somehow I didn't have the subscribers then as I do on the grace of the efforts in which I do in my work, which is it's only fair to promote the wellness of future generations. Without them, there is no future. So with that in mind, it's like the value of addressing what we got to address sooner in life, instead of kicking multiple cans down the road and then missing one along the way, and then that coming back at some point to bite you in the tail. Now, I don't wish that on anybody, but it's the fact where if we're not aware of how we make use of our time, it's so easy to let life pass us by. And so if you have ever found yourself passive scrolling, it's okay to acknowledge that at that moment you were not entirely focused on what you were supposed to be doing. And once you can allow yourself to have that moment, give yourself some form of mercy, it's that patience to understand that not only is there patience required when you're trying to accomplish a goal, but it's patience in the sense at times when there's a setback. Because sometimes it's how you rebuild from that, which is part of why I'm, as some know, working on a second book. It's called Starting Again. Cliche as a writer, but it's just so happens to be that for what I can provide you guys, there's so much good. Yeah, I would not have imagined it if I did not live as much life as I have lived today. So I thank you, subscribers, for being here and supporting all of this. And I hope to continue to address universal mental health support services through the quality of education I provide you, aka through these interactions. So I appreciate you for being here. Have a blessed day.